Students, in the last we discussed about the general properties and chemical properties of group 16 element. After that we learnt anomalous behavior of oxygen also. So now coming to compounds of oxygen. So firstly we have dioxygen. Okay na? So dioxygen is one of the compound of oxygen. As you already know, dioxygen that refers to O2. Okay na? So symbolic representation in terms of chemical formula, we consider dioxygen as O2, means oxygen, means here we have two oxygen atoms. Okay na? So firstly coming to preparation, how we are going to prepare this dioxygen. Okay, now we have several methods of preparing dioxygen. So firstly, by heating potassium chlorate in presence of manganese oxide as a catalyst. Okay, now by heating potassium chlorate KClO3. Okay, now potassium chlorate. On heating potassium chlorate in presence of MnO2, we are going to get KCl plus 3O2. ಓಕೆನಾ. ಸೊ ಪೊಟ್ಯಾಷಿಯಮ್ ಕ್ಲೋರೇಟ್ನ ನಾವು MnO2 ಪ್ರೆಸೆನ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಹೀಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಗೆಟ್ KCl ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್. ಓಕೆನಾ. ಸೊ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಮೆಥಡ್, silver oxide undergo thermal decomposition. Okay na? So thermal decomposition to give silver plus oxygen. Okay na? So second method, we are going to do thermal decomposition of silver oxide. Okay na? Particularly oxides of silver or even mercury also we can use, that is HgO, oxides of mercury. Okay na? On heating we are going to get oxygen. Okay na? So here we got oxygen as a byproducts. Okay na? So thermal decomposition of oxides of silver and mercury gives oxygen. Next preparation, that is by decomposition of hydrogen peroxide. So H2O2 undergo decomposition again in presence of MnO2, we are going to get water and oxygen. Okay na? So H2O2 hydrogen peroxide na now again we are going to heat in presence of MnO2, we are going to get water and oxygen. Okay na? Under the commercial method, so commercial method in the sense bulk method, industrial method anta consider ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ we are going to liquefy the air. As you already know, air contains oxygen, right? So ನಾವು air is nothing but mixture of gases, right? So ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವೇನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, we are going to do liquefaction process where carbon dioxide and other moisture content is removed through fractional distillation. So particularly ನಮಗೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತಂದರೆ 77 ಕೆಲ್ವಿನಲ್ಲಿ ನಮಗೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಒಂದು ಗ್ಯಾಸ್ ರಿಮೂವ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ದೆನ್ 90 ಕೆಲ್ವಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು, ಡೈನೈಟ್ರೋಜನ್. ಸೊ ಹಾಗೆ ಒನ್ ಬೈ ಒನ್ ಫ್ರ್ಯಾಕ್ಷನಲ್ ಡಿಸ್ಟಿಲೇಷನ್ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ. ಸೊ ಬೇಸ್ಡ್ ಆನ್ ದಿ ಬಾಯ್ಲಿಂಗ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಸಪ್ರೇಟ್ ದಿ ಗ್ಯಾಸಸ್. ಓಕೆನಾ. ಸೊ ಬೈ ದಿಸ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಬೈ liquefaction of air. Liquefaction of air leads to fractional distillation. Okay na? Fractional distillation ಮಾಡಿ finally we are going to get oxygen. Okay na? Next, one more method, that is electrolysis of water. Okay na? So electrolysis, that is in the presence of electric field we are going to do electrolysis. So here water get decomposed to hydrogen and oxygen. Okay na? So particularly here electrolysis of water takes place in presence of mineral acid or alkali. ಓಕೆನಾ. ಮಿನರಲ್ ಆ್ಯಸಿಡ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಆ ಪ್ರೋಸೆಸ್ ನಿಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಕ್ಯಾಥೋಡ್ ಆ್ಯನೋಡ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಆ ಪ್ರೋಸೆಸ್ಸು. ಸೊ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ಲಿ ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್ ಈಸ್ ಲಿಬ್ರೇಟೆಡ್ ಅಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾಥೋಡ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಈಸ್ ಲಿಬ್ರೇಟೆಡ್ ಅಟ್ ಆ್ಯನೋಡ್. ಓಕೆನಾ. ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್ ಕ್ಯಾಥೋಡಲ್ಲಿ ಲಿಬ್ರೇಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ನಮಗೆ ಆ್ಯನೋಡಲ್ಲಿ ಲಿಬ್ರೇಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆನಾ. ಸೊ ಬೈ electrolysis of water we can also prepare oxygen. Okay na? So this is about the preparation of oxygen. Next, coming to properties. So what are the property? Particularly physical properties. As you already know, it is a colorless and tasteless gas then it is slightly soluble in water, and its solubility exactly that is 3 centimeter cube in 100 centimeter cube of water. ಓಕೆನಾ. ಸೊ ಅದು ಎಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಟ್ ಮೆಷರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾರೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಸೊ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ಲಿ ಏನಂತಂದರೆ ನಮಗೆ ಈ ಮರೈನ್ ಮತ್ತು ಅಕ್ವಾಟಿಕ್ ಲೈಫಲ್ಲಿ ನಮಗೆ ಡಿಸಾಲ್ವ್ಡ್ ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಅನ್ನೋ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆನಾ. ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ವಾಟರಲ್ಲಿ ನಮಗೆ ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಡಿಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆನಾ. ಐ ಮೀನ್ ಅಕ್ವಾಟಿಕ್ ಎನಿಮಲ್ಸ್ ಅಥವಾ ಮರೈನ್ ಅನಿಮಲ್ಸ್ ಏನಿದೆ ಅವು ಸರ್ವೈವ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು ಇನ್ ಪ್ರೆಸೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಬೈ ದಿಸ್ ರೀಸನ್. ಓಕೆನಾ. ಡಿಸಾಲ್ವ್ಡ್ ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ನೀವು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಪಿ ಯು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಓದಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಎನ್ವಿರಾನ್ಮೆಂಟಲ್ ಕೆಮಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿ ಟಾಪಿಕಲ್ಲಿ. ಓಕೆನಾ. ಸೊ ಡಿಸಾಲ್ವ್ಡ್ ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ ನಮಗೆ ಅದಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಬೇಸಿಕಲಿ ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಪ್ಯಾರಾಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೆಟಿಕ್ ಇನ್ ನೇಚರ್. Then it contains, it exhibits 3 isotopes. Okay na. So 3 isotopes of oxygen, that is O16, O17, O18. Okay na. So 3 isotopes, O16, O17 and O18. As you already know isotope, what do you mean by isotope? So having same atomic number but different mass number. Okay na. So that we call it as isotopes. So oxygen exhibits 3 different isotopes. Next, coming to chemical properties of dioxygen. Chemical properties of dioxygen. How it reacts with other elements like hydrogen, halogen, metals, non-metals, like that. Okay na, different compounds like that. So particularly oxygen, it is a gas, it reacts with most of the metals and non-metals. Okay na. So here some external heat is required to initiate the reaction, that is to dissociate the OO bond. As you already know, oxygen where OO bond is present. Okay na. So idralli particularly here the dissociation energy is very high. Okay na. So ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ನಮಗೇನು ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟರ್ನಲ್ ಹೀಟ್ ಈಸ್ ರಿಕ್ವೈರ್ಡ್. ಓಕೆನಾ. ಸೊ ಡಿಸೋಸಿಯೇಷನ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ನಮಗೆ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟರ್ನಲ್ ಹೀಟ್ ಈಸ್ ರಿಕ್ವೈರ್ಡ್. ಓಕೆನಾ. ಸೊ ಒನ್ಸ್ ದ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಈಸ್ ಇನಿಷಿಯೇಟೆಡ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟೆಡ್, ಇಟ್ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂ ಆನ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಓನ್ ಡ್ಯೂ ಟು ದಿ ಲಿಬ್ರೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಹೀಟ್. ಓಕೆನಾ. ಸೊ ಅದ್ರ ಪಾಡಿಗದು ನಡೆಯುತ್ತೆ. ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್. ಸೊ ಹೌ ದಿಸ್ ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ವಿತ್ ಮೆಟಲ್. Reaction with metals. So particularly except Au and platinum, almost all metals reacts to form respective oxides. Okay na. So except gold and platinum. Okay na. So ಇನ್ನೆಲ್ಲವೂ ನಮಗೆ ಮೆಟಲ್ಸ್ ಜೊತೆ ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಮೆಟಲ್ಸ್ ಜೊತೆ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ರೆಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಆಕ್ಸೈಡ್ ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಶಿಯಮ್ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ವಿತ್ ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಟು ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಶಿಯಮ್ ಆಕ್ಸೈಡ್. ಅಲ್ಯೂಮಿನಿಯಂ reacts with oxygen to form aluminum oxide Al2O3. Then sodium reacts with oxygen to form sodium oxide. Then iron reacts with oxygen to form iron oxide. Okay na, Fe2O3. So like this, respective metals reacts with oxygen to form respective oxides except gold and platinum. Next we have reaction with non-metals. So reaction with non-metals, that is sulfur reacts with oxygen to give sulfur dioxide. Then carbon reacts with oxygen to give carbon dioxide. Then phosphorus, that is P4, reacts with O2 to give phosphorus pentoxide. Okay na. So sulfur, carbon and phosphorus reacts with oxygen to form respective oxides. Sulfur dioxide, carbon dioxide, phosphorus pentoxide. Okay na. Like this, non-metals also reacts with oxygen to form respective oxides. Next we have reaction with compounds. So sulfur dioxide reacts with oxygen in presence of V2O5, that is vanadium pentoxide catalyst. Okay na. It will give rise to sulfur trioxide. Okay na. So sulfur dioxide combines with oxygen in presence of V2O5, we are going to get sulfur trioxide. SO2 ಇರೋದು SO3 ಆಗಿ ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Similarly, zinc sulfide combines with oxygen to form zinc oxide and sulfur dioxide is eliminated. Okay na. Zinc sulfide combines with oxygen to form zinc oxide and sulfur dioxide is eliminated. Similarly, methane CH4 reacts with oxygen to give carbon dioxide and water. Okay na. So hydrocarbon reacts with oxygen to form carbon dioxide and water. So students, remember, any hydrocarbon combines with oxygen, always it will give rise to a products carbon dioxide and water. Okay na. Next, HCl combines with oxygen to give on this takes place in presence of CuCl2, that is cuprous chloride. So it gives rise to chlorine plus H2O. Okay na. So hydrogen chloride combines with oxygen in presence of CuCl2 give rise to chlorine and water. Okay na. This is how the oxygen reacts with compounds. Okay na. Next, coming to uses. So as we already know, it is very useful for our respiration, right? So it is a most basic or important gas which we need in our life. Okay na. Then it is used in the manufacture of steel. It is used for artificial respiration, means artificial respiration ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆಲ್ಲ. Okay, so ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಇದನ್ನು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. And used in the combustion of rocket fuels. Then in the preparation of oxyacetylene. Oxyacetylene, it is a compound which is used for welding purpose. Okay na. So for that we see the use of dioxygen. Okay na. So this is about the dioxygen.